Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched the 17th episode of Quantum Leap Season 1, The Friendly Skies. I liked it. I really liked it. It was basically a terrorist plot on a jet in the 1970s. Not really terrorists. I mean, basically, these were a disgruntled cop and a disgruntled airline employee pilot who basically were going to ransom the son of the guy who owned the airline, who was on the plane. And yeah, they killed the other pilot. The pilot killed the other pilots. And Ben, of course, was a stewardess. And he had to work out, of course, what was happening, because at first, it wasn't obvious what was happening. They didn't know why the plane had crashed. It was a mystery. They worked out, at first they thought it was one of the pilots committed suicide by crashing the plane, but then they found out it wasn't that. And that's about the time that everyone was poisoned. They thought the other stewardess did it because she was the one who gave Ben the drinks, because she was going to take them into the pilots, but he wanted to take it in because he wanted to talk to them, because he was trying to let them know they need to detour or do something to change the situation. The kid who was the son of the guy who owns the airline was annoying as hell, of course, because he thinks the world revolves around him. We got to see a couple of regular people who the stewards that were familiar with and that, but for the most part it was really just Ben and the stewardess, and eventually the terrorists revealed themselves. There was 4 of them. I keep calling them terrorists. I don't know what else to call them. Hijackers. I should just call them hijackers. They're not terrorists. But I guess I associate those two because of all the airplane hijackings in the 70s. Yeah, they take one down. A bunch of random passengers take one down. And then the other one, Ben stabs in the neck with an insulin injection that he got from one of the regular people that the stewardess knew. And they also put a bunch of quaaludes in it, so they knocked him out. And then we had the fun of having Ian come on as a hologram to help Ben land the plane. So the stewardess basically landed the plane, which is kind of awesome. But there was a bit of drama with having to shut down Ziggy, because future Ziggy was basically using the history to tell Martinez and that what to do, basically, because they were looking back at what they did before, so they knew everything they were going to do. So that's why obviously they were several steps ahead of them. He took that quite personally because he wrote the code and did the whole thing himself. So Ian was a bit upset, although his hair was fabulous this episode. It was very Madonna, Blonde Ambition. And yeah, what really happened with that? Not a whole lot. They worked out sort of what was happening. But the episode ends off with Ben in the future, because this time they didn't get... normally they see where he goes, or they get some sort of idea of where he's gone. They didn't get that this episode. Now, it wasn't because they shut Ziggy off. Something was different. And then we see Ben in California, and it's snowing, and he's like, why is it snowing? And Ian is in the shadows, and he says, nuclear winter. And Ben's like, I'm in the future. And it's like, apparently the world is going to blow up. There's at least going to be a nuclear bomb dropped or go off in LA or California. So, what is this future catastrophe that, what is happening? Why did future Ian do this? I guess to avoid this, but so they went back, but how could they go back because everything's destroyed? It's all very confusing. They got one episode to sort it out. Now, will they sort it all out before the end of the season? And I don't see how they would or how they could, because they've got another season of at least 13 episodes. So they're going to have something running on and running through. So they're not going to give us too many resolutions in the next episode, I don't think. Because then, what's the sort of ongoing storyline going to be for season 2? I don't know. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I did enjoy this episode. I liked the tension. I liked the mystery. I liked just the whole having to save the plane, the hijackers. Ben having to give a pep talk to this kid that's been betrayed by this handler that's being paid to care about him because his parents don't care about him, and his speech is basically, people let you down but you have to believe in yourself, and he needs to believe that himself because he, had issues and feelings in regards to trusting Martinez and working with Martinez, and Martinez stabbing him and nearly killing him. And I was wondering how that would affect him traumatically, to have something like that happen in the episode before. I thought they weren't going to address it, but then they really got into it, which was good. But yes, I guess the last episode's all going to be about the ongoing story and not that interesting. But overall, the series has been good, the season has been good, and I'm looking forward to the next season. Bye.